What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. He was asked if he would want to fight either Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. And he had this to say. He said that he would prefer Tyson Fury because they're from the same country, and it would be a big fight locally. Because we know that Anthony Joshua is accustomed to fighting locally, therefore he would want that fight to happen. You know, and I know this response is going to get a lot of Wilder fans kind of in an uproar because of what's going on now. So if you guys are in the dark about anything about Anthony Joshua, he's fighting Andy Ruiz to get his belts back for the unified championship of the world, okay, in Saudi Arabia. However, as far as other fighters, he's putting them on pause, and he's actually saying things like, hey, I'm going to fight guys from the pub next, or lower opposition fighters, like Deontay Wilder's doing, like Tyson Fury's doing, right? So if you were a Wilder guy hearing Anthony Joshua saying that, you're going to say, you know what, he was scared, he didn't want the fight anyway, you know, and that's why he's, you know, if he can get past Ruiz, he don't want to never get back into that kitchen because that kitchen's too hot. That would be the statements. You know, what would also be the statements is, hey, you know what, you're talking about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fighting lower opposition guys, but they're actually signed a contract to fight each other. You could say that too. But if you look at those two guys, you know, they have been busy fighting other people, other lower opposition. And it's smoking mirrors with them because, of course, they had a contract. Fury ducked that contract, of course, to join ESPN's platform. And he's getting a huge chunk of money for doing that or whatnot, or whatever the contract says, right? I didn't read the damn thing, but that's what we hear it is. However, you know, Wilder, you know, he fulfilled a mandatory and he's fighting a guy that he's already beat. You know, so I think that's a frustration on Joshua's end because he's seeing these guys not really progressing with their careers. You know, you fight a mandatory, which I don't think that was really necessary because you haven't been fighting mandatories like you're supposed to because the WBC lets you get away with everything. So why are you choosing to do that now? And then why after that would you fight a guy that you've already beat? You know what I mean? So, you know, again, if you can imagine the position that Anthony Joshua's in, the way he's looking at it from the, you know, outside looking in, he's thinking exactly that. Like, look, you know, these guys are not fighting anybody like I've been doing. You know, I've been wanting to fight the best. I've been wanting to fight these guys. These guys have already fought each other. You know, Wilder was pushing for a rematch, not Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury didn't really want a rematch after that because he knew what he's done. He was confident enough in his performance that he knew, I don't need to fight a rematch. Why don't you go settle your shit with Anthony Joshua? Of course, that was what my last video was about. Deontay Wilder trying to tell Tyson Fury or blast Tyson Fury for not wanting to fight him again. Or should I say, not wanting him to fight the winner out of Ruiz and Joshua when, in fact, you know you already wanted that fight. Anyway, I've already covered that. But back to Joshua himself, you know, he said Fury. Now, I would question Fury simply because of the ticket sales that he just had. So obviously, yeah, Fury would be a good fight. Now, in reality, if Fury beats Deontay Wilder, yeah, that would be the biggest fight that could be made. Because at that point, if Deontay Wilder loses to Tyson Fury, sure, he would be known as a powerful puncher or whatnot, but he won't have a belt anymore. So he has no pull. He really had no pull anyway. You know, it was smoke and mirrors again. It was people giving you the illusion that he was something that he wasn't, that he was bigger than he actually was, that he sold the tickets that he actually didn't. You know what I mean? Things like that will really curve a person's mindset to make you believe that, oh, this person is actually this good when he really ain't. or should I say this popular or this known or this recognized when he's really not. Okay. But looking at the landscape, I would want him to fight Wilder because I think that fight is a reckoning. I think that fight will happen. But of course, expect the backlash because of this. Maybe Joshua thinks that Tyson Fury will beat Deontay Wilder. And that fight is up in the air. You look at that fight. I haven't made a fight prediction on that. I haven't made a fight prediction on Ruiz Joshua 2 yet, but I will. And I just wanted to lay that down to you on Joshua's comments and decision, if he had a decision to fight Fury, and me counterpunching Joshua. If I'm Anthony Joshua, I would tell whoever's asking me about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, if I had a choice to pick between the two, I would do a Floyd Mayweather response. We're not going to do that. We're focused on Fury. We're focused on Ruiz. Ask me after the Ruiz fight, after the Ruiz victory. Then I can give you an answer on who I would pick between the two, because then I would have no pressure on my back. A lot of people slide in distractions of having you thinking mentally about something when you don't need to. That's what happened, and that contributed to last fight with Joshua. That was the one other thing that he said, hey, well, you had me wanting to fight these guys, and I'm trying to fight this guy in front of me, but I'm not really focused on this guy in front of me because I'm thinking about all these other guys over here, and So yeah, I would be exactly like Mayweather. I would be like, okay, no, I'm fighting Ruiz. That's it. Next question. But next question. Right? But that's how I would be if I'm Anthony Joshua. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about Joshua's comments and choice of decision to fight Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.